Can a guy tell me why they can't just be like good and like help a girl out of like the goodness of their heart without like assuming something's gonna happen romantically between them? Okay, long story short, I literally have no one, so I asked a guy for help, okay? Just helping move something from point A to point B. And it's like, he assumed that like we were gonna get together.
FBI, open up!
So let me get this straight. So you needed help with something that you couldn't do, and you don't have a husband or a man or anybody else in your life that gives a crap about you. So you decided to ask this guy that was kind of simping on you, and you knew he liked you. So you asked him if he could help you, thinking that this guy might have, hey, this is his end, right? This is his end. But it wasn't his end. You were just trying to use him. Why do women think it's okay to do this? Why is there an assumption that men have to do things for women out of the goodness of their own hearts? Okay, this man isn't your man. Okay, this man probably doesn't even know you. And I find it completely hilarious that women that aren't even attached to any of these men will always expect that these men need to do things for them just because they're women, do it out of the goodness of their own. What have you done for this man out of the goodness of your heart? Did you ever, bake a cake for him, bring him a meal? And that's another thing. Women that are not attached to these men at all will always complain that there's no good-hearted men out there. They refuse to help a woman now. And then again, I watch videos on TikTok that have wives that are refusing to even cook for their husband or wash his clothes or do anything. Stay-at-home wives, stay-at-home mom, refusing to do anything for their husband. So there is no accountability for these types of people.
Like, what? And he's saying that he was like blindsided, all these things, and I'm like, dude, I literally thought you were doing this out of the goodness of your heart to help me. I'm like, why are you creating this image of me in your mind of like how something was gonna play out? Because he's like, you literally just told me that we need to see other people. I'm sorry, what? How are we seeing other people whenever we weren't even a thing? Oh my god, I literally am like baffled right now.
A lot of people want to send blankets or water. Just send your cash.
How much money did you offer this man? Because that's kind of where I'm at this point. I don't mind if a woman asks me for help, but my help isn't free. I'm not going to do anything out of the goodness of my own heart because, I'm going to be honest, my heart is cold. Cold is so cold. Completely cold in there. It's ice. It's like an ice. It's like one of them ice pops. It's like a damn cherry freeze in that bitch. So I'm not doing anything out of the goodness of my own heart unless you're going to give me some of your goodness of your own. It won't be your heart. It'll be something else. Or cash. I'll take cash or ass. Either way.
It is crazy there's more men left. Like, not one single man. And what's crazy to me is that there's literally thousands of men literally complaining that there's no more traditional women, or like saying like, I want a traditional girl, but they are not traditional men. Like, I went on a date 2 days ago. Let me tell you guys the worst date of my life. I went on a date 2 days ago. We found a place. We went to dinner. First of all, he doesn't have a car. And he asked me if I have a car. I was like, yeah, sure, I have a car. I'll pick you up from work.
Do not go in there. Woo!
Okay, so if the guy not having a car is an issue, then why didn't you just cancel the date? Oh, that's right. You wanted the free meal and you wanted to get plowed later. Oh, okay. That doesn't sound too traditional to me. Is that traditional, you guys? Leave a comment down below and let me know if dating a guy without a car and then getting plowed later on after the date is traditional. That might be traditional. I'm not sure. Honestly, I don't think it's traditional at all.
I picked him up and we drove there. And, I drive an Audi TTRS. This man was like, how do you have this really nice car? Do you do OF? Like that. I was like, no, I don't. Like, and he laughed it off, but I was like, why is that the first thing you assumed? Whatever. Then we got to the restaurant.
When is modern science going to find a cure for a woman's mouth?
That's probably the first thing he assumed because that's the kind of women he goes for. You have all the signs. You have the nice car. You're posting on social media. And a lot of men, they will get into a woman's car. They will see the woman's car and ask him, hey, how are you 21 years old and you have an Audi? And then you don't give him an answer. And you don't give us an answer. So that kind of tells us everything we need to know.
And the first thing he asked me was like, not like, how are you feeling? How was your day? Nothing. It was like, so what do you do for a living? He asked me in a matter of like 10 minutes, what I do for a living, what is my income, do I have any education, do I have a place to live?
What is my income? Do I have any education? Do I have a place to live?
And he questioned me about like my car. I shared that with him because it was just awkward not to. And what I got from him is that he has no education, he makes minimum wage, he doesn't have a car, and he has like 3 roommates, and he's older than me. And, during this whole conversation of like getting...
Don't worry, that's just a fancy doctor word for your brain is broken. Unfortunately, there's no field of medicine that deals with the brain. But I can give you a pamphlet for a cult.
Well, it seems like you picked a winner. I mean, this seems like a top tier dude. I mean, he's got everything you want in a man. I'm not sure why you're even talking to this guy, but this is what I've been getting at is, this woman, she's not interested in a man with a car. She's not interested in a man that doesn't live with 10 roommates. She's not interested in a man that has a good job. She's not interested in a man that has an education. Right now, she's only interested in a man that can put her ankles behind her head and only thing she's interested in are these men that are known to put her ankles behind her head and slam her silly. That's what she's interested in. She doesn't care about the cars or the education or the money or anything. That's all she's interested in right now. And then men, and then she's like, where are all the real men? Well, you're not. How is this guy that you're choosing, by the way? You chose this guy. I mean, this is a guy that you chose. He even gave you all the signs. The first sign, boom, didn't have a car. Well, that can lead into a lot of other interesting situations, but you chose this man. So congratulations. I hope you choose better men in the future, but I honestly, I don't think that's going to happen for you.
Each other. He was sort of trying to like make these little comments to put me down. Like he was talking about my hair, he was talking about my skin, he was talking about my weight, and I'm just like, what the heck? Like what? Like this is like just weird vibes. And then whatever, fast forward, the date ends, and then like the waitress comes and she's like, oh, well, do you guys like to be paying cash or card? And like he's just looking at me, like literally staring at me, and I'm just like, what the heck? Like, so I ended up just like, it was so weird, so awkward that I ended up paying. And then I was just like, I dropped him off to his house, and then I went home, and like I was like, oh, like the worst date.
This is something else.
This is the average male date. And you guys notice how this is just the average male date? Any guy on a date is experiencing the same thing. No car, no job, lives with roommates, lives at home. Kind of pathetic. just the worst person you can meet. All the while she's grilling you and asking you a bunch of questions and you get nothing in return. So congratulations, you chose a good one. Yeah, I hope your life gets better, but I doubt it will.
But I want you to know about men like this. They say they want a girlfriend who loves and respects them. And to us, that means the respect earned between 2 equals. But when you're average...
No, man. Shit, no, man. I believe you get your ass kicked saying something like that, man.
Well, that's the wrong type of respect. That is the wrong type of respect, because in relationships, there should be a common, it's a common sense type of respect. A lot of women like to associate this word respect and love with control and obedience. They think, oh, well, to respect this guy means that I can't go out to the club anymore, because that's respect. If you're with a guy and he says, you know what? We're together, we're in a relationship, I really don't feel comfortable with you going out with your friends, your single friends, to different clubs and getting rubbed up on by random men, I find it a little disrespectful for you to do that. So would you not do that, please, while we're in this relationship? Well, now you're controlling her. How dare you tell her she can't disrespect you in those nightclubs late at night? And if you were to ask me if I were to see let's say one of my friends' wives in a bar or in a club and she's, popping her pussy back for some dude on the bar, that would be very disrespectful for that man.
And speaks like this, what he means is he wants the unearned respect of authority. He wants you to respect him by giving him authority, by giving him service, by giving him unearned subservience. And
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
The women want to be protected. They want to be taken care of. They want to be provided for, but they don't want to be held accountable for their actions. They want to be able to do everything they're doing now. They just want a daddy to fund them. That's what this conversation is. See, women have no issue begging men for certain things. They have no issue telling men what they should or shouldn't do. But when a man steps in and is trying to protect his woman, trying to protect the woman that he cares about, that he is trying to enter a life with, now all of a sudden you're controlling, bigot, misogynist.
Submission, and in return, he'll respect you by not harming you. by taking care of you. And we've all seen exactly how well that works on a wider level. So if he tells you that you need to respect him, or that he expects respect in a relationship, please know that what he's talking about is not an earned mutuality. What he's talking about is authority, and you should absolutely run in the...
Something is wrong here. Dead giveaway.
Charles, thank you very much.
There should be authority. There should be all authority when it comes to relationships between men and women. The man should definitely be in the authoritative position in order to call the shots in that relationship. In any other dynamic, those relationships fall apart, because then you just have a woman being a hoe, being a slut, going out with her friends, getting, going behind dumpsters and doing God knows what with all these random men. So yeah, there does need to be a sense of authority. Okay, now I don't know what types of men she's talking about, where these men are threatening her and there's like this assumption of violence. I know that it looks like she has a 1, 2, 3, a couple cold sores all over her face. So that may be an indication of something that she's been doing in the past. I don't know. All I know is that she is going to be one of these Karens that will more than likely have to settle with just a bunch of cats, if I'm gonna be completely honest.
One thing I miss so much is like healthy or innocent physical touch. What I mean by that is getting off of work and just laying my head on somebody's lap, a man's lap, and like letting him just like play with my hair or like rub my back. I miss that so much. Or even a hug. Like, I would love a hug right now. Granted, like I cuddle with my kids and I hug my kids, but you know what I mean. Very much like physical touch deprived in those kind of ways. That's what I mean. Like healthy. You know what I mean. I miss.
Look at the expression on her face. You see that? See what she's doing? She's kind of looking right into your eyes, saying, "Hey, big boy. Hey, how you doing?"
Yeah, I bet you do. I bet you miss all of those late night physical touches, putting your head in his lap and something else in your mouth, and he's rubbing your hairs and everything. Very romantic, very sensual things that you're missing right there. I'm sure it'd be easy for you to find. I don't know what guy is going to be wanting to do that with a single mom that's been passed around like a damn collection plate on Sunday morning, but good luck. I wish you all the best. I would suggest to just take care of your kids, take care of your family, raise them, and then when you're in your late 40s, you can kind of snort around and see what other men are left for you to get dicked down by. But other than that, the physical touch, why don't you go and touch yourself, and then after you're done with that, go fuck yourself.